Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another knife review. This time we'll be looking at the Zero Tolerance 077 M390. Wow. This is an interesting knife. It's quite a knife. Wanted to get some video footage of the knife. I've got a written photo review of the knife that can be found on Through My Lens. The link to the photo review can be found in the description box, so please click on the link and do read the video, or excuse me, the photo review on Through My Lens, because it's going to have a lot more nitty-gritty details than what's going to be in this video supplement. I'm just going to talk about a few things that I didn't talk about in the written review. Keep it light, keep it short, just to get some nice high quality footage of this particular knife. But as I talk about in the written review, there's a lot of controversy around this particular knife. The original 777 had a composite blade of that was very ornate and was kind of a collectible piece. It took Kershaw a long time to get that to market, and they did. Then shortly thereafter, they decided to create another production run of the 777. This variation would not have a composite blade, but it would have a blade of made entirely of M390 steel. Very much like the M390 steel. I've been carrying this for a few days. I sharpened the knife right away when I got it because it was pretty dull, and the knife sharpened up very easily, which I was very, very happy about. I think this is going to be a great knife for me. I've been looking for really a good tactical flipper, one that can be easily operated with my left hand, as this one can be, because when I carry a knife, usually on the weekends or in the evenings, I usually carry it on my weak side, my left side, so that if I'm scuffling with someone trying to get my gun with my right hand, maybe fighting someone off with my right hand, can't get to my gun, I've got an option on my left side to help get somebody away, maybe get them off my gun if they're going for my gun, or maybe just give me a few seconds to be able to draw and use my weapon. And I think this knife is a much better option for me than what I had been using most of the time. Was another zero tolerance knife, this one right here, that I've got both a video and written photo review on, the ZT-0550. Great knife, great knife. It's just that it's got a real strong detent, and it's not the easiest knife to use the thumb studs left-handed. I can do it, as you can see, but I'm concerned that under the stress of defending my life, if I had to, with the loss of fine motor skills that can often accompany such a situation, if I needed to deploy the knife left-handed, it would be a little bit of a challenge. And with a flipper knife, that's not as big of a concern because it's very easily manipulated left-handed, particularly this knife with the smooth action, thanks to that wonderful KVT ball bearing system in the pivot. So I'm very happy with it. Again, been carrying it. I'm going to get more carry use than I thought I would. I thought it would be a weekend knife for me. Weekend, maybe some evenings. Thought it would be too big to EDC, but you know, it's not. I've been carrying this with me in dress pants, and it's not been bad at all. It's a little bit longer, a little bit taller, and some of my dressier pants have a pocket that will accommodate it, no problem. I've got a few pairs of pants that the pocket's a little shorter, so it doesn't work as well, but the knife has a very thin profile and is, again, very, very light, only about 4 ounces, and it works well, very well with just slipping it in your pocket if you don't want to use the pocket clip, if you just want to have it on your person. So I'm going to get a lot more use of that. That makes me happy. One of the things I do want to talk about is this zipper pouch. Okay. This is the zero tolerance zipper pouch, and to the best of my knowledge, this is supposed to accompany each and every 777. Each one of the ZT-077 M390s is supposed to come with one of these pouches. Mine did not, and apparently there are quite a few folks who did not get one with their knives. Many did, some did not. Why is that? Well, quite honestly, I'm not exactly sure. I'm trying to get to the bottom of that, but as near as I can figure, ZT probably ships these out through their distribution network, through their dealer network, and it's really up to the dealer or the distributor if an accessory like this zipper bag gets passed along and it actually ends up in the hands of the consumer. So I think there's a lot of distributors or dealers out there who just pocketed these and sold them on eBay. I went on eBay when I got my knife, and it was apparent that it did not come with the zipper pouch. Went on eBay, did a search. There can be found all over eBay from very many different dealers. Where are all these zipper pouches coming from? Well, probably from the explanation I just gave you. So the short and skinny is, I think if you have one of these and didn't get a zipper pouch, maybe contact ZT. Maybe they'll help you out and get one to you. The zipper pouch that I got only cost me $10 on eBay. Again, I was a little irritated because really the knife should have come with it. It's supposed to come with it. But in some cases, it did arrive in the hands of consumers without the zipper pouch. Again, really like this knife. About the only thing that I can criticize on the knife is I do like the pocket clip a lot in many respects. Aesthetically very pleasing, very deep carry. I like that a lot. It's just a little tight. It really is. To the point where a couple times in my practice of drawing it left-handed, it's actually, I slipped right off the knife, and the knife stayed clipped to my pocket because of the resistance from the pocket clip. And that would be bad if that happened in a life-threatening situation. So I'm hoping it's going to loosen up, break in a little bit more as I carry it more. But that's really a minor issue. By and large, I'm more satisfied with this knife here than I have been really any other that I've received. I think it's a very aesthetically pleasing knife, and I generally don't go for carbon fiber, but in this particular execution on the ZT-0777, I do like the carbon fiber handle scales. Very attractive, very functional, and thanks to all these three-dimensional grooves and peaks and valleys here that are on the knife, there's quite a bit of traction there. It's not going to come out of your hand. You get a really good purchase on that when you grip it. I've got a probably small to medium-sized hand, and it fits me very, very well. I like it a lot. This particular blade shape is probably the least aesthetically pleasing aspect of the knife, but it's not bad. It's not too hateful. You know, I would have preferred more of a like a Bowie shape, or just a traditional spear point even. But this is okay. From what I understand from what I've read online, this groove here is very difficult to mill out in M390 steel. So that's both a nice aesthetic feature to the knife blade and makes it so that you can grab the knife and very easily deploy it slowly in case you don't want to alarm anyone by just whipping that knife blade out real fast. So it gives you another deployment option, which is nice, and kind of gives the knife a little bit more aesthetic character and complements the other three-dimensional machining in the handles. Of course, the action in this is incredibly smooth. I did disassemble the knife and did apply some grease to the pivot area. Some are okay with that. Some recommend you don't do that. I had real good results with that. Again, you can read about it in the article on Through My Lens. Well, I think that's about all I wanted to cover. Let me do some size comparisons here with the knife. In my photo review, I do compare the size to the zero tolerance 0550, which I will do so here in the video. There's the two knives side by side closed. You can see the 777 is not that much bigger in terms of height. Profile is a little bit more slender, particularly when you take into account the pocket clip. It has a little thinner profile in your pocket, which is nice. We'll take a look at them side by side with the blades open. And I just can't emphasize enough how smooth that deployment action is. And you can see the blade has about a 1/4 inch length on the 777 more than the 0550. The blade is not quite as robust and thick as the 0550 if you're looking for something that you could use potentially as a pry tool. The titanium frame of the 0550 and the thicker blade stock's probably going to be more appropriate if you think you're going to have to use a knife for that. I don't anticipate that I'd really have to use this knife in that capacity. Again, I'm looking at it primarily as a defensive tool. One more comparison for a knife that, again, a lot of folks out there own. This is a Manix 2. Again, trying to line those up as best as possible with the end of the handles. You can see the length of them open. Again, pretty close. The 0777 M390 being just a little bit longer. Closing up the knives. Again, very, very close. The 777 just a little bit longer, but not a whole lot. I've EDC'd the Manix many, many times, as I have the 0550. I've EDC'd that knife probably more than any other to date. And again, the size and form factor of the 777, you know, you can easily EDC it. Well, that's all for right now. Hope you enjoyed this video. I've got many more coming. Please subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Would be much appreciated. And please leave some comments and suggestions of what you'd like to see on the channel, or anything you like or dislike. Love to see those comments. Take care, God bless. We'll see you in the next video.